Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ielts Insider. My name is James, and today we're going to be looking at some useful vocabulary for holidays. And this will really help you with your IELTS speaking and writing, and also help you with your kind of daily talk about travel and holidays. So before we get started, please remember to like the video and share it with your friends if you want as well. All of your support is much appreciated. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to just run the intro and then we'll get started. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about holidays. And holiday is a word that has a few different meanings, and we'll come on to that. So we'll do an introduction about holidays, then we'll look at some vocabulary, and we'll do this in groups of 6 words. And I'll be giving you some sentences with some missing words, and we'll see if you can fill in the blanks. Then we'll look at the definitions of each of these words or phrases, and you'll try to use them in some of your own sentences. And then at the end of today's class, I have some homework for you to do, and you can post that homework in the comment section of this video on YouTube. Now, before we go any further, we've got a lot of comments. Hello, Robin. Hello, everyone. Dewi, Robin's not on today. It is me today, Dewi, but great to see you here. Hendrik is here as well. Hi, Hendrik. I hope you are doing well. We've got hello, guys. Hand pink waving. Very good. And Layla's here. Hello, Layla. I hope you are well today. How was my weekend? It was quite quiet. My son is sick this weekend, so I've just been at home cooking and helping him. So it's been very quiet. I've had to do some work as well, Layla, but thank you for asking. Sleepwalker's here. Hello to you, Sleepwalker. I hope you are doing very, very well. Saying hello to everyone. Salma, great to have you in the stream today. And May is here. Hello to you. And we've got hellos to everyone. And Mirnawati, hello, hello. Thank you very much, Sleepwalker. It's always very important to know, and Layla, that you can hear and see me during these live streams. Excellent. Thank you, Layla. Everyone, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Layla's here as well. So 2 Laylas. Great to see you, Layla, here. Hello, guys. Hello, James. And hello to you. And very friendly bunch. Okay. My name is Raid. Raid, great to have you in the stream today. Yeah, I do as well, Layla. Thank you for your concern. It's not much, but he's just feeling a bit under the weather, so needs a bit of attention. And there we go. Lots of hellos from everyone. Great. So we've caught up with everybody in the chat. So let's go on to today's lesson. So what we're going to be talking about is holidays. And the word holiday can mean kind of 2 main different things. So there's kind of 2 big definitions. There are some other definitions of holiday, but there's 2 common definitions of the word. Now, the first definition is an official day when you do not have to go to work or school. This is sometimes referred to as a public holiday. So you'll have many of these in your country, days that nobody goes to work. They could be special days, maybe religious days, or days remembering special people from your country. And I don't know if we can see this, but here were some holidays from the Philippines. And here they have Ninoy Aquino Day, they have All Saints Day. So they have a lot of Catholic holidays in the Philippines. It's a Catholic country. I'm sure if you live in a Muslim country or any other religion, you'll have special days for that religion as well. So this is the first definition of holiday, and I'm sure most people are familiar with this. A day that everybody in your country doesn't work. These days are especially good if they are on a Friday or a Monday, because then that can give you a long weekend. So instead of a 2-day weekend, you can have a 3-day weekend. Or if you're in a country that has the weekends on Friday and Saturday, it would be good to have a public holiday on a Thursday or a Sunday. So you can get that extra day at the weekend. It might even give you the opportunity to travel somewhere, having that extra day. So these official days are public holidays, quite commonly expressed as just holidays. So we have a holiday on May the 5th, or we have a holiday on December 25th. Now, the second definition, when we read this, the first part is the same. So it is a time when someone does not go to work or school, but it's not any special day. So the person this time is free to do what they want, such as travel or relax. And these kinds of holidays are usually off of work for maybe 1 week, or if you're very lucky, maybe you get 2 weeks off of work or school. And then if you're a student, your winter or your summer holidays are much longer. So when we have these longer holidays, it's quite often that people will travel with their families, or they'll stay at home and relax and try to recharge their batteries. So definition 2 is more like this picture. So if, for example, we say, I'm going to go on holiday, meaning you're going to travel. Now, some of you might be more familiar with the American term for this. And in the US, they usually refer to this kind of holiday as a vacation. So in the US, holiday is usually just the public holidays, and vacation is where you travel, you go away somewhere. In the UK and other countries, Australia and New Zealand, a holiday can be either the public holiday or when we go traveling or we have an extended break from work or school. So we also have some words that we use with holiday. You could have a school holiday, summer holiday, winter holiday. We could also use words for the type of travel we're doing that at that time and put it before holiday. So you could have an adventure holiday or a safari holiday. So the word holiday can be used in a lot of different ways. And I always remember in the summer holidays from school when I was young, my mother and father would put all of the kids in the back of the car, just like this picture, and we would drive somewhere, usually to a beach area, and we would stay there for 1 week, sometimes 10 days. And it was a good way for everybody to unwind. The kids could play in the water and on the beach, and the adults could relax. So I wonder, did any of you do this when you were younger, where the whole family gets in the car, drives somewhere for the holiday? When we were very young, all of my brothers and sisters used to be in the back, and we would constantly be fighting with each other. And my father would turn around and tell us to be quiet all the time. So I'm sure some of you have had a similar experience to that. And that was something we did in the summer holidays. Winter holidays, well, the most common type of winter holiday is when people go skiing or snowboarding or do something in kind of cold weather. But what is becoming more common is people in cold countries going to warm countries in the winter because the cold weather's getting too much for them. So I know a lot of people in the UK will go to south of Spain or maybe even into Africa, Tunisia or Egypt or even Turkey in the winter because the weather is much nicer. So this is the type of holiday we are going to be focusing on today. So that second definition, to go on holiday. So when we take a holiday from work, let's say we take 1 week, we've really got two choices. Do we go and travel somewhere, which a lot of people do, or do we want to just stay home and relax and just kind of do nothing? So that's the kind of thing we're going to be talking about today. So, before we go on with this, a few comments coming in. Each country has its own holidays. Yeah. So, I think there are some holidays that spread along many countries, but yeah, a lot of holidays are down to the country's history or something to do with politics in that country as well. So, yeah, it's very different in each country. And Hendrik saying hello to everyone. Not really. I think just the word vacation, Layla, is something that is used in the US instead of using the word holiday. So in the UK, holiday has these two meanings. In the US, holiday is more like a public holiday, and vacation is used for the longer holiday from work. So I can't really think. There probably are some synonyms for types of holidays that people would have. So yeah, there are lots of types, but for holiday, I'll have a think about that, Layla. There will be other words. I'll have a think and come back to you on that. Yeah, so you went to the beach with your family. I think that's very, very common. Families, kids love the beach. They can spend hours playing in the sand, and it's a really nice thing to do as a family. It's something I do with my family. Obviously, during COVID, that was much more difficult, but last summer it was good. I got to the beach. No, Sleepwalker. Summer's okay. It's just the rest of the year. But yeah, Scotland is a very rainy country. So even in the summer, I would say maybe 50% of the days are sunny, 50% rainy. But summer is much, much better than all of the other seasons for rain. But yeah, I actually quite like the summers in Scotland because the weather's a bit cooler. But yeah, every time of year the weather is usually a little bit cloudy, but summer has more some sunny days. Yeah. Yeah, your dad took us all in the car. Yeah, great. Oh, holiday in the winter country like Australia. Australia would be good to go in the winter. Canada would be great in the winter for skiing, snowboarding. Really good for that. Days off. Yeah. See, days off, it's not exactly a holiday because we could take days off for a number of reasons. So we could take days off because of illness or because of other things. So it's not exactly the same, but it is similar to a holiday. It is similar, definitely. And Gerb is here. Hi to you. You're welcome. And lots of hellos again. So let's go on and look at some vocabulary, some common words and phrases. We're going to look at 6 to start with. Then we're going to look at some sentences and try to complete them using these words. So today's holiday vocabulary, we have holiday of a lifetime, guided tour, package holiday, go sightseeing, Hordes of Tourists, and Breathtaking View. So those are going to be the first 6 words that we and phrases that we look at today. Holiday of a lifetime, guided tour, package holiday, go sightseeing, hordes of tourists, and breathtaking view. So I have some sentences, and in the sentences, we've got some blank spaces. So all you're going to do when we go through each of these is write down the number and write down the letter that matches up with the number. So in the chat, you can write number 1, and if you think it is E, 1E. Or if you think it's C, you would write 1C. So we've got our missing word. I like to something when I'm on holiday. I especially like looking at famous buildings. Number 2, Dubai was really busy when I visited. There were something. Number 3, there are many something in Nepal. The mountains are fantastic. Number 4, I like to go on something because I don't enjoy booking flights and hotels myself. Number 5, it's my dream to visit Machu Picchu. It would be a something for me. And number 6, I don't like to go on something. I prefer to explore places on my own. So there we have 6 very different sentences, but all talking about holidays or things we do on holiday or the experience we have on holiday or about that. So what do you think? Just choose the answer that you think matches the best, and then we will look to see if you are correct. So we've got a lot of answers coming in. Layla is saying number 1 is I like to holiday of a lifetime. Okay. Sleepwalker is saying go sightseeing. Mirnawati and Hendrik also. Layla made a mistake. No problem, Layla. And Layla is saying go sightseeing. Layla again, go sightseeing. And Salma, go sightseeing. Yeah. So I like to go sightseeing. So the big clue here is I especially like looking at famous buildings. So when we go to a city, we will see the sights. And when we see the sights, that is the famous places. So usually buildings or parks or beaches or mountains, something like that. They will be the sights of that city or place. So we would go sightseeing. Well done, everybody. So for number 2, Dubai was really busy when I visited. There were, so number 2, Sleepwalker said hordes of tourists, and Hendrik said there were breathtaking view, and Layla, breathtaking view. Okay. Layla, breathtaking view. Okay, we're all getting breathtaking view coming in here. Salma's saying this as well. And Dewi. Well, I think that could be possible. I think that would work grammatically if we added an S to the end as well. But if we're thinking about the clue in the sentence, being really busy, lots and lots of people. So I think, was it Sleepwalker that said at the beginning? Oh, sorry, everybody said that. Yeah. Okay. Everybody was saying E. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Did I see some other answers? Oh, yeah. Sorry, everybody's correct. Yeah. Hordes of tourists. Yes, there were hordes of tourists. So this word hordes just meaning lots of, so many of them. And there are certain cities around the world. If you go to London or New York, Paris, certainly in Dubai, Bangkok, so many cities around the world that tourists just go to, so many of them. And when there's a lot of them, we can say there were hordes of tourists, meaning lots of them. Very good. So number 3, there were many something in Nepal. Now for number 3, we had to change something a little bit. So let's see. Number 3, Sleepwalker was saying breathtaking view. Mirnawati as well. Layla as well. Okay. Any others coming in for number 3? Number 3, package holiday. Okay. And Shri is saying hordes of tourists for number 3. Okay. The answer to number 3, breathtaking view. Now, we do have to change it a little bit because we're using a plural. So in this case, we had to change it to breathtaking views. So when we're talking about this kind of things, the mountains are fantastic. So this is the type of thing we look at when we see a view. We're looking maybe standing up and we can see the Himalaya mountains. The view is just amazing, completely fantastic. And this comes from, we see it and it kind of takes our breath away. It's so fantastic. So it's almost like being surprised by how beautiful something is. It is breathtaking. So if we go to a country like Nepal, the views you could describe as breathtaking. When I was in the Philippines, in Boracay, the beaches were breathtaking. They had breathtaking views. It was blue-green water. There was some islands. It looked like kind of paradise. But we could also use this in cities as well. There are some cities in Seoul, for example. You can go up Namsan Mountain and you get a view of the whole city. And on a clear day, that is another breathtaking view. So you look at it, wow, that's amazing. Okay, number 4, I like to go on something because I don't enjoy booking flights and hotels myself. So let's see what we've got for number 4. We've got package holiday and dips up, disputes up is saying package holiday as well. Great. Layla, package holiday. Great. Mirnawati, yep, great. Anyone else? Salma thought it was holiday of a lifetime. No, we'll come back to that later, Salma. And anyone else? Package holiday from Shri. Salma's changed. Good, good. Yeah, Dewi, Hendrik. Yes, very good. So package holiday is when somebody else basically organizes everything for you. You don't have to book a flight. You don't have to book the hotel or the tours or anything at all. A company will do that for you. So usually a package holiday would involve maybe a common one for people from the UK is to go to Spain. And they'll go to Spain for 1 week and they'll stay in a hotel or a campsite. And the company will organize all of the flights and all of the accommodation that they stay in. So basically, the person booking the holiday only needs to do one thing. They book it all together. So it can save some time for people and it makes it easier for them. Number 5, it's my dream to visit Machu Picchu. It would be a something for me. Let's start down at the bottom here. Dewi is saying holiday of a lifetime. Shri Hendrik also holiday of a lifetime. Salma, Mirnawati. Let's see who else. Layla, holiday of a lifetime. Sleepwalker, holiday of a lifetime. Yeah. So a holiday of a lifetime is something that may be so special, you're only really going to do this once in your life. So it's not like just driving and going to your favorite beach or something that you do many times. This would be something that we don't do often at all. And it would be something that you have maybe dreamed of. So a lot of people dream of things like going on safari to Kenya. Some people dream about going to the Himalayas mountains or visiting the pyramids in Egypt or going to somewhere like Machu Picchu or Galapagos or Hawaii or something like this. So it's something that you've kind of dreamed of, and you only get the chance to do this once in your life, a holiday of a lifetime. So that left our last one. Number 6, I don't like to go on something. I prefer to explore places on my own. So let's see. Number 6, who's got this? Okay, I don't like to go on package holidays. That is possible as well, Dewi. That would make sense if we hadn't used it here. So that could be a possible answer, I think. Salma is saying guided tour. Shri as well. Mirnawati as well. Yeah, I think most of us have got this one. Sleepwalker. Disputes up as well. Yeah. So guided tours. So this is something I don't really like either. So a guided tour is when you meet someone and they will take you around a city and tell you about the places, or you go on a bus with a tour and they will take you to different locations and they'll explain the places. So the thing about guided tours is you don't really have a choice of where you're going to go. You just have to go where the guide wants you to. So all of these are really commonly used when we're talking about holidays. And don't worry, Layla, don't worry. We're going to have 6 more coming later. So I'm sure you can improve. Once we've explained, I'm going to give the definitions in just 1 minute, Layla. And maybe by looking at the definitions and then trying to make your own sentences, it will become a little bit clearer. So don't worry about that at all. Guided tours are suitable for old people. That's a great point, Layla. A lot of old people find it difficult to book places. They find it difficult with language and things like that. So it's really suitable for older people. Yeah, great point. Well, I think there's a slight difference here, Mirnawati, and this is a great question. So when we go sightseeing, we are specifically looking for the famous sites. So if I was to go sightseeing in Paris, I would see the Eiffel Tower, Louvre Museum, maybe Notre Dame. I would go to famous places. Now, looking around is a little bit different, because looking around, you're not really going to any famous places. You're maybe just walking around and noting things. So you don't have a kind of specific plan to see anywhere special. So there is a difference there. Going sightseeing, we're especially looking for the famous places in a city or in a certain place. Looking around, we don't really have a plan. We're just maybe walking around and looking at what we see. That's a great idea because personally for me, I don't really enjoy sightseeing that much. I much preferred looking around, going to a city and just looking about, checking out the cafes, seeing what the architecture's like and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a great question, Mirnamati, and it is a small difference, but quite important. Um, yeah. Okay, so let's quickly look at these definitions. So, a holiday of a lifetime is a special holiday that you're unlikely to repeat. It's going to be something so amazing, it maybe will cost a lot of money, and you probably couldn't do it again. A guided tour is an organized group tour where a guide shows people places of interest. So, again, I think Layla said this is something that could be suitable for older people. It takes them from one site and they maybe get on a bus, go to the next place and the next place. And usually they'll have lunch and dinner provided on these tours. Package holiday is a holiday where you purchase the travel and accommodation together. And we purchase these from a special person. And I will tell you about them later. Um, Go sightseeing is to look around famous places in a city or in a rural location as well. So again, if I go back to Egypt, a lot of the pyramids, they're not within the city, they're in a rural area. So we would travel around looking at those different pyramids. So the important thing here, we're looking at famous places. Hordes of tourists, meaning a lot of tourists in one place, and breathtaking view, a really beautiful view. So it could be of something or somewhere. So, yeah, could be a building, for example. It just looks so amazing, it takes your breath away. Or it could be a natural landscape, something like mountains or beautiful rivers or whatever. So, those are our definitions. What I would like you to do now is see if you can make some of your own sentences about your own opinions, maybe, or your own experiences. So you can write your sentences in the chat. I will check some of them and see if there's any corrections that I need to make. So while you're doing that, typing your sentences in the chat, I've got a few other comments to go through. Oh, Gerb's just saying, what is meant by sneaking? Well, the word to sneak means to do something without other people knowing. So if we're sneaking, we're maybe walking very, very quietly. We don't want people to hear us or to see us. So when we use the word sneak, it means to do something without other people seeing us. Sites of interest. Yeah, there can be a lot of sites of interest. A guided tour is a little bit different from a package tour. So in a package tour, all you're getting is your flight or your bus or whatever, your transport and your accommodation. A guided tour, they are actually taking you around the city or taking you to different places in the country. So usually a package tour would only be, you would go to one location, and once you get there, you're free to do whatever you want. A guided tour is different because for example, Monday, we go and see these 3 sites, have lunch, and then we see these sites. Tuesday, we do this. So a guided tour is much more specific and it will have a schedule. Package tour doesn't have a schedule. All that you have is your transport and your accommodation paid at one time. Okay. Salma's saying the safari in Tanzania is the holiday of a lifetime for me. Okay. I would just change the to and then that would be great, Salma. I think a lot of people would love to do this in Tanzania. It's Tanzania and Kenya is the Serengeti, isn't it? So I grew up watching a lot of BBC wildlife documentaries, and it was always in the Serengeti, Tanzania. So yeah, I think this would be a holiday of a lifetime for lots of people, Salma. I hope you could go there sometime. There are many breathtaking views in my hometown. Excellent, Layla. I wonder what kind of things can we see there? That would be really nice. If I could visit Korea and France in my life, that would be a holiday of a life. And we just need to add time at the end. So, lifetime. So, yeah, these would be very special holidays for you, Layla. So, that's a fantastic sentence. Structuring, we just need lifetime on the end. At the beginning of the year, I had a holiday of a lifetime and took a lot of photos. Excellent, Sleepwalker. So something really special there. Okay, so for this, Salma, I would change this a little bit. So when we're using noun phrases or even nouns, it's more common to use the plural. So instead of the guided tour, we could say guided tours. So guided tours are more expensive than exploring by yourself. So when we're talking about nouns in a general way, we quite often will use the plural form. So guided tours are more expensive. Yes, generally a lot more expensive, aren't they? If I'm going to another, I need a guided tour so I can get excellent, Dewi. So here I would just add in a. I need a guided tour, but everything else there is excellent, Dewi. Okay, I don't like to go on a guided. So we need a D on the end and change that to on, Layla. Okay, but yeah, I don't really like this either. I've done it once before and I didn't really enjoy it. I much prefer traveling by myself. The guided tour did not live up to expectations. Yeah. So this one here, it's good to use the because you're talking about one specific guided tour. Yeah. And that's how I felt when I had a guided tour. I was expecting to see all these sites, but it ended up I was going to lots of restaurants and shops and things like that I didn't really want to go to. I have a dream to visit Egypt and I won't make it my holiday of a lifetime. Do you think, I think, would this not be will? I have a dream to visit Egypt and I will make it my holiday of a lifetime. I think that might be better. Because, yeah, won't seem strange in that sentence there, Mirnawati. No problem, Dewi. Bali, hordes of... so I would maybe put it in the sentence, there were hordes of tourists in Bali after COVID-19 went. Yeah, so lots of people. The travel restrictions have gone and everybody going to Bali. So I would just change the word order a little bit. There were hordes of tourists in Bali after COVID-19. Package holidays can include guided tours, but you would have to pay extra money. Excellent sentence, Layla. So yeah, this could be part of your package holiday. You could get the option to get the guided tours, but you don't need to take that. But if you do, you would pay extra money. Perfect sentence there, Layla. Unfortunately, most of traveling when I was were just package holidays. Okay. And here for this one, Layla, just take out of and you've got a perfect sentence. I think when you're younger with families, package holidays are really useful because then the parents, especially if you've got 2 or 3 or 4 children, the parents don't need to worry about everything. They know they can just go here to the hotel and that's it. So sometimes they're not the most exciting of holidays, but they're very convenient, I think, for parents. This is another reason. Yep, package holidays are convenient if you don't want to spend a lot of time booking places. Yep, I completely agree. you just have to book one thing. If you're doing it by yourself, maybe you have to book flights and then maybe transport from the airport to the hotel, then any tours you want and things. So yeah, it could be a lot more convenient. Okay, so now these people have a name, Shri, we would call them tour guide. So we could say someone who is a tour guide must have fluent English. So the person that gives the guided tour is a tour guide. So yeah, someone who is a tour guide must have fluent English. Great. No problem, Layla. Okay, and again for this, Gerb, when we're using in the noun to talk in the general way, we would add the S. Package holidays, avoid some surprises. Okay. When I prefer a guided tour as all the itinerary, food, and accommodation are provided. Excellent. Yeah. So it can be very convenient. Yeah, you don't need to worry about anything. You just concentrate on seeing the beautiful places. So yeah, it can be convenient and great for some people. Arriving in a new place, first of all, I go sightseeing. So yeah, a lot of people would do the same, I think, Sleepwalker. So they would just go and see all the famous places and then relax and enjoy the city. Booking a package holiday. So here we just need to change this, Salma. Doesn't. Booking a package holiday doesn't allow a lot of freedom. Yep, that's a great point. So yeah, we can't choose where we stay and things like that. Great. I don't like to go on a guided tour when I travel. Excellent. In my hometown, we have a lagoon with flamingos and other immigrating birds, an endless beach and a mountain from where you can overview all the above. Amazing. Yeah. I've never seen a flamingo. I tell me if this is true, Layla. I heard that flamingos are pink because they eat a lot of shrimp, and the color from the shrimp makes them go pink. I don't know. Is that true? You come from a place with flamingos. You could tell me if that's true or not. But that sounds amazing, Layla. On the central square, so here we just add in there were hordes of tourists. But yeah, so usually any kind of city center square, like Times Square, New York, and we've got Trafalgar Square in London, hordes of tourists will go there. Excellent. I like to go sightseeing in New York. Excellent. So would I. I've flown into New York, but I've never actually been in the city. So I've seen some of the sights from a plane, but I haven't actually experienced them. But I would love to do that, Hendrik. When he has been to Egypt, he went. So here I would change this. When he went to Egypt, he went sightseeing. When he went, he went. I froze for a second because I'd never seen such a breathtaking view before in my life. Excellent. And this is quite common as well. When people see something that's just so amazing, they stop. They're almost in shock. So yeah, this is a great sentence again, Sleepwalker. You're welcome, Shri. I prefer to go on holiday by myself rather than on a guided tour so I could explore the whole place. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling as well, Mirnawati. I do enjoy that. And as my son's getting older, it's much easier to do that type of holiday as well. Okay, so here we don't need just there are hordes of tourists every summer in the south of France. Yeah, very, very popular holiday location for British, German, Dutch, Swedish. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you changed it without me telling you. Great. Labuan Bajo is one of the best places in Indonesia, which has breathtaking. So here we would either use a breathtaking view or breathtaking views. So I've been to Indonesia before, and some places were just absolutely fantastic in that country. Really, really beautiful places, beaches, mountains, volcanoes, all sorts of things. It's a fantastic country. Let's see what else we've got. He's kind of person who doesn't like to go. Okay, very good. So a lot of people don't like this as well. It's just too busy, the hordes of tourists. Most of the breathtaking views are in high places. Yep, I think a lot of time that is correct, Salma. Yep. Live abroad in the... So I would say here, living abroad as an inhabitant is the holiday of a lifetime for me. So living abroad as an inhabitant. What we got? Dewi, I like using... Okay, so I would maybe say here, we don't need using to. So I like package holidays because they are not expensive compared to if we go alone. Yeah. Only in the zoo, Sleepwalker, yeah. And there were hordes of tourists in the zoo, yeah. I would rather go on vacation out of the holiday as there are not hordes of tourists at the tourist place. Excellent, Mirnawati. Now, this there's a word for this. So we would call that off season. So we have off season is the time of year that is not popular with tourists. And then we have high season, which is the middle of the tourist. Sometimes people call it low season or off season. But yeah, that's a good time to travel. The prices are usually cheaper and there's not as many people there. Great sentence. I believe... So here, I believe if I travel to Switzerland, I would see breathtaking views. I would see breathtaking views. Yeah, I think Switzerland looks amazing. And here, as it has hordes of tourists, we can enjoy breathtaking views and beaches. Very good. Am I right, Mirnawati? Are you from Malaysia? Malaysia? Or I can't remember. Sorry. Is it Indonesia or Malaysia? But anyway, I know both of those countries, Indonesia and Malaysia, have lots of mountains, beautiful beaches, a lot of fantastic places for tourists to visit. Okay, you're welcome, Corey. Oh, great question, Layla. I don't really know, but probably not as many as Robin. Certainly not as many as Robin. I think Robin must have been to maybe 100 countries. But I think I've been to maybe about 30 countries, maybe a little bit more or less. Yeah, about 30 countries, I think. Okay. And so it's a tiny kind of shrimp. Yep. So that's what gives them their color. See, I thought that was the case. Thank you for that, Layla. Package holidays most comfortable, but not the most enjoyable. So here again, I would just change it a little bit. Package holidays are the most comfortable because we're talking about in general. We're not talking about a single one. So package holidays are. Yeah, very good sentence. I am planning to visit this year. Okay, and go sightseeing, Edinburgh Castle. Some great sights in Edinburgh. We've got the castle. We've got the underground walkways. Like they have ghost tours there. There's some lovely parks. There's a place called Arthur's Seat, which you can hike up to and look over the city. Oh, there's lots of fantastic places in Edinburgh, Mirnawati, and other parts of Scotland as well. Indonesian, yeah. So yeah, lots of mountains. When I was in Indonesia, so many mountains, lots of fantastic beaches as well. Yeah. I would see. I would see. Yeah. Malaysia, doesn't Malaysia have an area called the Highlands in the northern part of Malaysia? I thought there was mountains in the north because I know down in the south there's not many round about Kuala Lumpur and Penang is all kind of. I thought in the north of Malaysia there was mountains, but maybe I'm wrong. Obviously, you guys are from there, you know better than me. Okay, I didn't go, but I think okay. So here I haven't gone, but I think Niagara Falls has a breathtaking view for everyone. So just say I haven't gone and change is to has. Yeah, 30. I suppose I'm quite lucky in a way. Growing up in Europe, I suppose it's easier to travel than a lot of other places because the countries are so close. So even when I was young, I could go to Spain. Spain's only 3 or 4 hours away. The Netherlands is 1 hour. Sweden's 1.5 hours. So yeah, I think a lot of that would. I was quite lucky. So yeah, would see. Great, guys. Some fantastic sentences there. Now, what we're going to do is move on and we're going to look at our second group of words. So this time we've got recharge one's batteries. So this could be recharge my, recharge your, recharge his, her. We've got take it easy, get away from it all. We have go backpacking, travel agent, and youth hostel. So again, all of these 6 phrases are related to travel and holidays in some way. Again, some of them are people or places, some are activities, some are expressing feelings as well. So recharge one's batteries, take it easy, get away from it all, go backpacking, travel agent, and youth hostel. Yeah. So Sleepwalker, sometimes spell checkers will say that this is not okay. But yeah, I've seen it spelled like this a lot. If you want to be safe, I suppose put the hyphen in, but I think you're correct. Both of these spellings are okay. Yeah. So let's have a look at these then. We've got our 6 sentences. We have our 6 phrases. So I something around Asia last year. It was tough living out of a bag for 2 months. Number 2, I like to something when I'm on holiday. I just sit around and do nothing. Number 3, Bali is a great place to something. There are no distractions and I can relax. Number 4, I need a holiday to something. I am really tired from working so much. Number 5, something are a great place to stay at if you are traveling on a budget. And number 6, I don't usually use something. I prefer to organize all parts of my holiday by myself. So, again, we've got 6 sentences. Here are the 6 missing words. And we were talking about Indonesia, weren't we? Mirnawati and who else was talking about Indonesia? But anyway, with somebody else earlier on. And there we go. A beautiful Indonesian island has come up here, Bali. Actually, I went to Bali on my honeymoon long time ago. But yeah, I think it's a very popular kind of honeymoon spot. It was very nice. So I'll give you a few minutes to get some of your answers in, and then we'll check to see if you are correct. Now, some of these have quite similar meanings. So look carefully at the sentences, look at the clues round about them, and they could point you towards the correct answer. So we've got some answers coming in already. Oh, okay, no problem. So for number one, Hendrik is saying go backpacking. Mirnawati, Layla, Salma, Layla. Okay, so you're all correct here. However, this is the correct word, but it's not the correct way. So who's going to tell me how we would change go backpacking to fit into this sentence? Remembering the time in the sentence is last year. So how would we change go backpacking to work in this sentence? Can anyone tell me how we do that? No? Okay. So because it's last year, yeah, there we go. Somebody's come in. Excellent, Sleepwalker. I went backpacking. So in this case, because we're talking about last year, we've got to change the verb go to went. So I went backpacking around Asia last year. It was tough living out of a bag for 2 months. So this is the big clue, living out of a bag. That's what you do when you're backpacking. Everything is in one kind of pack, and that's all you've got. So number two, I like to something when I'm on holiday. I just sit around and do nothing. So what answers do we have for this? So okay, I think this is possible, Hendrik. Definitely possible. But I think there's a better place for that later. But it works here. Yep. So don't worry about that. So Layla, you're the same. It's not the answer I've got, but it certainly works in this sentence. So it's not wrong. Definitely not wrong. Salma is saying take it easy, and Layla is saying take it easy. Sleepwalker is saying get away from it all. Possible, but I think there's a better one for that. Take it easy from Mirnawati. And any others? May, take it easy. Dewi, Gerb, take it easy. Zakaria, yeah, take it easy. So yeah, as I said, this would work here. I like to recharge my batteries when I'm on holiday by sitting around and doing nothing. I just think there's a better one that works later on. Okay. But yeah, I like to take it easy. So take it easy simply just means not doing much, relaxing as much as you can. So sit around doing nothing is a good way to think about this. Take it easy, but it could also work for recharge one's batteries as well. So Bali is a great place to something. There are no distractions and I can relax. Well, this is very similar to the last one. Again, I think there's possibly two answers here for number three. Let's see. Layla is saying a great place to get away from it all. I think that's possible as well. This is possible. This is possible. This is possible. Yep. I think this is possible as well. Yep. This one works. Recharge batteries and get away from it all. C also, yeah. Yes, exactly, Layla. Some of them are suitable with multiple examples. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying there's some, the one that I've chosen, other ones could be suitable as well. So I just wrote get away from it all for this one, just meaning I want to leave my daily life behind and I want to sit on a beach and maybe don't think about my life. But it could be Bali is a great place to take it easy, Bali is a great place to recharge your batteries as well. So I think multiple answers there were possible, Layla. And this one, I think, really only had one answer. I need a holiday to something. I am really tired from working so much. So I'm really tired. I need a holiday to bring something up. So Mirnawati is saying, recharge my batteries. Zakaria, recharge my batteries. Anyone else? Salma, recharge my batteries. Sleepwalker, recharge my batteries. Yeah, I think that's the one there that definitely fits the best. So I'm really tired. I need to go away and relax and bring my energy levels back up to their maximum. So just like you would do with a battery. Oh, I actually have a battery here. So we have a battery and you use it and the charge goes down and we recharge it and it has power again. So again, this is a kind of an idiom that we would use to say get energy. So I want to recharge my batteries. Number 5, something or a great place to stay at if you are traveling on a budget. So what did we have here? Sleepwalker, yep, youth hostel. Layla, youth hostel. Good. Mirnawati, youth hostel. Salma, youth hostel. Layla, youth hostel. Excellent. So, any others? Yep. Zakaria and Gerb as well. And Raid. Oh, that was for number 4. Raid got that one correct. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. And again, because we're talking about them in a general term, we'll use the plural here. Youth hostels are a great place to stay at if you're traveling on a budget. So usually youth hostels will be much lower price than hotels or guest houses, but you usually will have to share a room with maybe sometimes 4 or 5, sometimes as many as 10 people in a room. But if you're traveling on a budget, they're a great place to go. So that just leaves number 6. And I think we all know what number 6 is. Yeah, it's the only one left. So travel agent. So I don't usually use travel agents. I prefer to organize all parts of my holiday by myself. So earlier, a few people were talking about the word convenient. And again, using a travel agent is very convenient. A travel agent can sell you package holidays, guided tours. They can make it a lot easier. They do everything for you, and you just go to the airport and they take you to your holiday. So yeah, travel agents arrange all parts of your travel. So a quick recap of these definitions. So recharge one's batteries is to feel energized after a good period of rest and relaxation. So yeah, maybe you go on holiday for a month, you come back and you've got lots of energy, or you go on holiday for a week, sometimes even maybe 3 days away, just not thinking about your daily life. Take it easy to relax as much as possible by not doing very much. Get away from it all, to take a holiday, to get away from the stresses of daily life. So I just need to get away from it all. Maybe there's lots of things. You've got to pay bills, go to your work, cook dinner, do everything. And we go on holiday to get away from all of that. Get away from it all and we can just relax. Go backpacking is to travel or hike carrying your belongings in a backpack. And I think this is really common, especially with younger people and students who like to kind of go backpacking. Travel agent is a person engaged in selling and arranging transportation, accommodations, tours, or trips for travelers. So They can organize everything for you. And then a youth hostel, a place providing cheap accommodation aimed mainly at young people on hiking or cycling tours. I've also used youth hostels before when I've gone snowboarding as well, and they're just a great place. All you're doing is sleeping there. There's no TV, there's nothing nice about them. Oh, they're usually clean. They've got a bed and a bathroom, usually a shared bathroom. But yeah, great place to stay if all you're doing is sleeping and you don't worry about other people being in a room with you. So, again, I would like you to look at these expressions. Try to make some of your own sentences. You can write them in the chat. I'll correct them if they need any correcting. And yeah, while you're doing that, we've got a few questions coming in. Doesn't the word hostel mean that it's a cheap place by itself? It certainly has taken that meaning on Sleepwalker. Yeah. So originally, youth hostels were set up mostly for like scouting trips and things like that. So it was generally about people who didn't have much money. So I don't actually think the origin of the word hostel meant cheap. Hostel was just a place to stay. But certainly in modern language, when you say you're staying at a hostel, people are we're thinking about cheap places. Yeah. So hostel or youth hostel, generally people are meaning it's a cheap place. However, these days, Sleepwalker, sometimes hostels are not as cheap as they used to be. But yeah, that's a good point. Are the Sundays lessons scrapped? We haven't done Sunday lessons for a long time in this channel. I'm not sure. Maybe Robin has Sunday lessons on his other channel, but yeah, we haven't done them here for quite a while. It's been Saturday for a long time. I really feel no. So take it easy, just meaning to relax. Get away from it all. So you could take it easy at home. So I'm going to just take it easy this weekend, but I'm not going to go anywhere. But when we get away from it all, away is the important word here, Layla, because we are going somewhere. We get away. So take it easy. We can do anywhere. We could do that while we're traveling, but we could also do it in our daily life. So I think I'm going to take it easy tonight. Just watch TV or read a book. But get away from it all has a very specific meaning I need to go and travel to get away from my daily life. So we can't use them interchangeably. Yeah. At the end of the year, I felt like I needed to recharge my batteries inevitably. Okay. I would maybe put inevitably after I. That would make it flow a little bit better there, Sleepwalker. So at the end of the year, I felt like I inevitably needed to recharge my batteries. I think a lot of people feel the same at the end of the year. Great. Very, very nice, Mirnawati. So there's no changes needed here. Lovely sentences and great to use two of our expressions in there. Excellent. Oh, very nice. So get away from, so here we're using get away from a specific place, the hurly-burly of city life. Excellent. You're welcome. Excellent, Layla. Perfect sentence. I really need to travel somewhere to recharge my batteries. May, this is excellent. We must always choose a trusted travel agent in order for us not, I would just change that around, not to get cheated. I've heard a lot of stories about this, May, when people pay money for their holidays, but the travel agent hasn't booked them, and they go to the airport and they cannot go anywhere. So it's really important that we use a trusted travel agent. Excellent, May. Are seniors, so I would change this, are seniors accepted in youth hostels? Yes, anyone's accepted in youth hostels. But the question here, are seniors accepted in youth hostels? Yep, anybody can go to them. So that, yeah, youth hostels, it seems that I think it's because they were mainly created in the first place for young people. But these days, everybody uses them. I dream to come to a calm place and take it easy, not thinking about anything. So here, I would change come to go. I dream to go to a calm place and take it easy, not thinking about anything. I would love to do that, Sleepwalker. I want to say they are similar. Sorry. Yeah, okay. They are similar in some in some ways they are similar in meaning, but the way we use them is usually a little bit different. This weekend, I spent pretty much time. Okay. I would change this a little bit. I spent most of my time. Oh, I spent. I don't know. I would maybe say this weekend I spent time just taking it easy at home. I think that would tidy the sentence up a little bit there. I would like to go backing, but it's not that safe for women in our country. Is that right, Layla? Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Because if it's something you really want to do, but obviously your safety has to come first. If it's not safe to travel on your own, a person needs to get away from it all and reboot yourself. Excuse me, guys. I've got a cough here. This is a great expression here, Sleepwalker. Reboot yourself. So it's like when you restart your computer. So your computer's having problems and you restart it and it comes on again all fresh. That's a fantastic expression. So very similar to recharging your batteries. We reboot. Lovely. Excellent, May. I need to get away from it all after working continuously for 3 months. So lots of pressures from work. You just need to get away from that and go and relax somewhere. He traveled to the countryside just to, I would put in here, just to take it easy. So he traveled to the countryside just to take it easy. Yeah, that's what I love to do as well when I want to take it easy. Going to countryside, fresh air, very good. I went backpacking for the first time and got a lasting impression. Okay, I think a lot of people talk about their backpacking trips as sometimes the best trip of their life. There's a lot of hard things about it, a lot of challenges about it, but it certainly sounds like a very rewarding way to travel. So I'm glad that you had a good impression of it. I hope I could travel at least for a few days to get away from it all. Perfect sentence there, Layla. Really good. The travel agent gave all the necessary information. Yep, so that's one of the main parts of their job is to give you the information so that you can buy. And raid, I need to recharge. Now for this, we would change ones to my. So I need to recharge my batteries on any city that has a wonderful seaside. So in any city that has a wonderful seaside. Let me think. Where would be a good place that's got a wonderful seaside to reach? Maybe the Philippines has some beautiful islands, Cebu, Boracay, Palawan, or Indonesia has got lots of beautiful beaches on Sumatra and Java and Bali. Oh, lots of places you could go there, raid. Oh, the Middle East as well. So many places in the Middle East with great seasides. So I have never gone. So this here, we would use backpacking, ing here. Therefore, I would like to give it a shot one day. So this part's excellent, Layla. Really nice expression. I would like to give it a shot, meaning I would like to try. So we just need to change backpack to backpacking. Perfect. And Sleepwalker, that youth hostel was just built and we were the first visitors. Very good. Hotel, oh, we've missed out the S here, but I know what you're meaning. And Raid is saying, when I've been in Trabzon, which is located in the north of Turkey, I didn't need any travel agents. Very good. So, sorry, I would change have been when I went to Trabzon. So that would be the north of Turkey. Is that on the Black Sea then? Yeah, the north of Turkey is on the Black Sea, south, and the west of Turkey is on the Mediterranean Sea, I think, isn't it? Or is some part of North Turkey also on the Mediterranean? I don't know. It's a country I would love to visit there, Raid. It looks fantastic. So I wanted to check that expression because I didn't know if we can say so in English. Reboot yourself. Yeah, I think this is a very new expression as well, Sleepwalker. So people would say, oh, I need a reboot. So yeah, this is something that is maybe over the last 15, 20 years, obviously as computers have come more into daily life. Yeah, so I need a reboot. I've heard people using that a lot. So yeah, it's the same in English. I don't think it's as common as recharging my batteries, but I've certainly heard people using this. So sometimes we have to double check with as a Dutch person once landed in Sydney, Canada instead of Australia. Do you know, I heard a similar story, Zakaria, to this. This is funny. I heard somebody booked a holiday from the UK to Costa Rica, and they thought Costa Rica was in Spain, and then they flew to the middle of Central America. So yeah, we have to double check with travel agents because if you go to Sydney, Canada instead of Australia, that's a huge problem. The other part of the world. Great example there. He traveled to the countryside just to take it easy. Excellent. Student. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. Excellent, Gerb. There are many spots to get away from it all. Lovely. Perfect sentence. All my travels were with travel agents, so I would like to travel without one. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Really good again. May, when I go for a holiday, I just want to take it easy by getting a travel agent to organize my trip. Excellent sentence there, May. Lovely. I have never gone backpacking. Yep. And last one, we'd better use a travel agent if we visit a new place and we are worried about a lot of things related to our trip. Yeah, I think this is a good thing, especially in places maybe where there's no common language. So if you travel to a place and you don't speak the native language, and maybe that country's doesn't have a lot of English speakers in it, it's good to get a tour guide. And if you're unfamiliar with culture or language, it can be a good thing. Good example, Mirnawati. And Layla's saying, to recharge my batteries, I need to get away from it all. I wouldn't need any travel agents. I would take it easy and go backpacking in the deserted mountains. Layla, full points here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our phrases. And I think this is a good place to show this. And all of these are used correctly, and they're all commonly used phrases, and they can explain what you're meaning really well. So excellent, Layla. That's a perfect sentence. No corrections needed, and well done for using so many of those expressions. Okay, guys, let's quickly review what we went over there today. So we had 12 expressions in total. We talked about holiday of a lifetime, guided tour, package holidays, to go sightseeing, hordes of tourists, breathtaking views. We also looked at to recharge your batteries, take it easy, get away from it all, go backpacking, a travel agent, and youth hostel. So, as we saw there with Layla's expression, she showed us how we can use these when we're talking about ourselves. So, that's what I would like you to do in the homework today. I would like you to use some of the idioms and the words and phrases from today's lesson. So actually, I'll change that. So rather than, because there was only kind of two idioms. So let's just words and phrases. So use some of the words and phrases from today's lesson to do one of two things. Either talk about the past and talk about a holiday you have been on. So it was maybe you traveled with your family to a beach and talk about some of the activities you did there. Or you could talk about a future holiday, maybe a dream holiday, a holiday that you would like to go on. And maybe here you could talk about a holiday of a lifetime, maybe that would be possible. But yeah, so you've got two choices for the homework this week. Either talk about the past, a holiday that you've already been on, or talk about the future, a holiday you would like to go on. Maybe you dream of going on. So, for the homework, you can write your answers in the comment section of this video. As usual, you can write as much or as little as you want. I will give you some feedback on your answers. So, just before we finish up today, we've got some other comments. I really like to travel, but that needs a lot of money, and all of my travels are with my family. So, I really want to be an independent person and then travel alone. Excellent, Layla. So, you've really summed up your feelings really, really well in these sentences. Just a few small things you needed to change. Are with my family, on independent person. Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome, Sleepwalker. You're welcome, Layla. And thank you, everybody, for all of you participating in the live stream as well. Oh, Mirnawati, come to my country. Don't worry. Indonesia is a safe country for some who go traveling alone. I would like to be your tour guide. Well, that's a very, very generous offer. I can also say when I was in Indonesia, I felt it was incredibly safe. I didn't see any trouble whatsoever. I thought it was a very friendly country, very safe place. Okay, I will write it in the description, mate. She's very kind, isn't she? Yeah. You're welcome, Gerb. And Zakaria, you're welcome. You're welcome, May. And you're welcome, Layla. And again, thank you, everybody, for participating in the live stream. Please, anybody that hasn't liked the video or subscribed to the channel, please do so. And before we go, a few other comments. Beautiful nature there is. Yeah. This is so kind of you. Yeah, I would love if you could get that set up. Okay, you're welcome, Raid, and everybody else. Thanks again, and I'll hopefully see you in a live stream sometime soon. The live stream schedule will be getting cut down a little bit. Robin and I are going to meet about this and discuss it. So we won't be doing every week from now on. I think it maybe be every second week, but we will let you know in the group chat. So please check the link below if you don't have the WhatsApp group already, and we can do that. Okay, so see you soon, everybody. Yes, very good. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.